Hey, ain't nothing you can tell me that I don't already know. Oh, yeah. Been around the block a few times, seen it all before. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Drink Like a Fish. I'm your host, BigFish. This is the co-host, Double D. And we are going to talk about beer tonight.
Beer?
Beer!
That happens to be one of my favoriteest things.
This is my favorite. Holy sheet, we got beer.
Holy sheet. Wait a minute.
It is Holy Sheet. So here's something from Heavy Seas. I don't think we've reviewed anything from Heavy Seas, but
No, I don't think so.
But we've had things from Heavy Seas.
Yeah, I've had a couple of their regular, rotation beers.
The Loose Cannon, their Loose Cannon IPA.
I don't know if I've had that one.
I know I've had that one, and then they do this this pumpkin ale that's like a bourbon aged pumpkin ale, which is really good, and the name escapes me, but it's really, really good. So they are up in Maryland, I believe.
Baltimore.
Dear friends, we are gathered here today to celebrate the union of malt, hops, water, and yeast. Let us pray. Our lager, which art in barrels, thy will be drunk at the Heavy Seas beer tour. Give us this day our foamy heads, as we forgive those who spill against us. And lead us not into incarceration, but deliver us from hangovers. For thine is the beer, the bitter, and the lager, forever and ever, barman.
So this appears to be a special edition of the Heavy Seas beer group. The Uncharted Waters series, which looks like it's their beers or a series of beers that is wood aged.
Yes.
So I mean, this should be pretty interesting.
This one is a Belgian style, which looks like it was aged in brandy barrels. So,
interesting.
When I think brandy, I think sweet.
Yeah, everybody always ages in whiskey or bourbon or something like that, where you get that bite. But brandy.
I think
interesting.
With the bourbon, you get kind of that vanilla flavor to it, or maybe that sort of smoky flavor. I really have nothing. I'm not a big brandy fan, but I'm thinking like cherries, maybe like a sort of a sweet cherry.
Well, isn't brandy? And then, I mean, I know this is called Drink Like a Fish, and we should probably know more about alcohol of all kinds.
Well, I'll cut this part out so it makes us look like we know what we're talking about.
A beer show, but isn't brandy really just wine that's been reduced? Like the water has been drawn out of it to reduce it to a higher alcohol content.
I thought that was port. But, first and foremost, Holy Sheet is what jumped out at me the most.
It's a great name.
It's the name. I am... we're label whores. I mean, we'll look at it and be like, ooh, we're like that girlfriend that doesn't know anything about sports, but we're like, ooh, look at that.
Colors.
That's a pretty uniform. They're going to win. They're totally going to win.
He's got a great butt.
Yeah, that's a dolphin. That's not going to win anything. So...
well, I don't like Belgian styles, as a rule. Now, I would say even in just the last year of doing these reviews, I think that my tastes have changed and matured a bit. I mean, I've finally kind of hit my threshold of IPAs. While I still love them, every once in a while I'm just like, all right, I get it. You're better.
I understand.
Let's try something different.
Yes.
So I've been expanding my palate a little bit in my own personal drinking sessions. So I'm kind of excited. This is the first time I've had a Belgian style in a long time. Much less a bourbon style that has been aged in something, and in this case, not even bourbon, which is everything is aged in, but brandy. So
brandy, yeah. I think the last...
Brandy.
Yeah. We need a bottle...
Oh, see, I don't remember...
I have a bottle opener.
I don't not remember because I'm drunk like you. I misremember because I have no memory. Is that Thor's hammer?
Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the booming heavens roar. You'll behold in breathless wonder the God of thunder, mighty Thor.
I don't smell anything.
I do. It's faint. And we let this sit out for a while too, so this is pretty warm. It's not super cold.
Somebody walked past this room with an open Belgian I don't know what this is. It has no odor.
Really? Spilled that on my chest.
No, I mean it's got a very faint Belgian smell to it, but I mean I don't smell anything.
Yeah, I kind of
brandy. I don't.
I don't really. But then again, I'm not a huge brandy drinker, so it might be in there. But the scent is super muted on this.
Yeah, very much so.
I can't really pick much out. There ain't a lot going on in the taste either.
It's got the initial taste. You have a Belgian flavor to it. There is that sweet, a little bit of cherry, just like a hint, like you had said. You know, you thought cherries. There's a very sweet, not a very sweet. There's a slightly sweet cherry-like flavor that kind of hits the middle point. And then for me, this beer just falls flat. There's no finish to it. It just, you have this Belgian, ooh, sweet, nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing that lingers on your palate. There's nothing that lingers in the mouthfeel. There's nothing that lingers, like sometimes with the Belgian, it's highly carbonated, so that would linger. The scent doesn't linger at all. I mean, it looks like it should have tons of oak in there. It should have some brandy flavor. It should have something.
If you start looking for it, I mean, you got to take a couple of sips and really kind of like search for that aftertaste. It has a very creamy mouthfeel and a creamy finish. It's a light Belgian flavor on the back of the tongue.
Yeah.
That cherryness goes away completely. A little bit of warmth, a little bit of alcohol warmth. I don't know what the ABV is on this.
It has
9%. Well, okay, that's where the warmth comes from.
Yeah, you're right. It is warm, and it does taste rich.
It's just so muted. I mean, it's not bad flavored. It's just so. I would say that this is an excellent. If you are not a craft beer drinker, you're trying to get somebody introduced to it, and somebody who's never had a Belgian before. It's so muted. It wouldn't be offensive to anybody.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't. This is my. I never disagree with you. I'm disagreeing with you on this one. I think this is.
You disagree with me a lot.
Well, you disagree with me first. Camera off. No, I don't think this is a good representation of what a Belgian is. I think if you want to know what a Belgian is, then get a Unibrew, drink a Chimay, do something like that.
Yeah, but a Unibrew is so strong flavored, you might scare somebody away with that.
But that's a Belgian. In my mind, that's a pure Belgian. This is not.
Is that what you want to hit a newbie with?
I don't know. I mean, I think if you're gonna represent what a true Belgian style is, do that. I think this has its place.
In the kitchen.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm really disappointed in this. And it's not because it's bad tasting. It tastes to me kind of like a brown ale. Like it's just
yes.
It's very much like a brown ale.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a meh. I mean, holy sheet, I thought it would be better.